So welcome everyone. Thank you for being here with me today. As I said, we're going to start really getting deep into the hips and stretching out the hips, low back, and also the hamstring. So before we begin our class, let's go ahead and just get centered. So have a seat, nice comfortable seat. You can sit on a chair if you would like to. I also have a little meditation cushion here. So if you have a pillow or something you'd like to sit on, grab it. And find your sits bones, and from the sits bones grounded, feel a length in your spine. So it's almost like the spine is like a mast of a ship or a boat, nice and straight and strong, and you're not leaning to one direction or anything. And from that point on, see if you can lengthen the back of your neck, and with that you can bring your chin a little bit towards your chest, so that the crown of your head is reaching up towards the sky. And then allow your hands to rest comfortably on top of your thighs. You can do palm up, palm down, whatever is easy on your shoulders. And just close your eyes for a minute. Just notice your breath. Notice the natural inhalation and exhalation of the breath. Really try and just kind of gather in before we start moving. So we move from a place of awareness, rather than rushing and forcing anything to happen. And then once you begin to feel the kind of groundedness, the center, you feel your center, and gently begin to deepen your inhalation. So maybe breathe in for 4 counts, and then see if you can make the exhales a little bit longer. So maybe you can make the exhalations for 6 counts, maybe even 8 counts. So if you can create that 1-to-2 ratio, inhaling for 4 or 5 counts, and then long exhale out for 6, 7, 8, as long as you can maintain it. Just a nice long exhale out. And again, inhale. And a nice long exhale out. And then as you're ready, allow your eyes to open up. And let's go ahead and begin with, if you're sitting on anything, please remove it to the side. Take your hands behind you. Put your feet hip width apart, or maybe even a little bit wider than the hips. And then just drop your knees to one direction. Bring it all the way back up and drop your knees to the other direction. And windshield wiper your knees side to side, just like this. Notice what it feels like in your low back or your hips when you're doing this. It's a nice side to side movement. If you want to make this a little bit more challenging, maybe you can come up to your fingertips to do this, or maybe some of you can pick up your hands off the floor and just have your hands on your shoulders. You may notice that you're actually moving on your mat. That's okay. You can adjust as you need it. And then next time your knees are over to the left, pause there. Take your right hand to your hip, left hand behind you. Take a nice deep inhalation. Rotate your torso all the way towards the back. Let that right hip come off the ground. And then exhale, lower the right hip down. And 2 more times. Inhale, twist and look over your shoulders, your left shoulder, and then exhale, lower the right hip down. And again, inhale, look over the left shoulder, stretch it out, and exhale, lower the right hip down, and then switch your knees, drop your knees over to the right now. Left hand to your left hip, right fingertips behind you. Inhale. Begin to twist your torso over and look over the right shoulder, and then exhale and lower that left hip down. So really allow that hip to come off the ground as you rotate and look, and then lower it down. And once again, inhale. Begin to rotate the torso, rotate the spine, look over your right shoulder, and exhale and come all the way back down. As you sit to the center this time, I'll turn around so you can see me better. Walk your hands a little bit farther away from your hips. So mine are about a foot behind my hips. And I'm going to take my right ankle on top of the left knee. If this is really easy for you, just sit up a little bit taller, maybe even bring your left heel a little bit closer to your hips. If it's difficult or more challenging, just extend that left knee a little bit more straight. So go wherever it feels good on that right hip. We want to get a nice stretch in the right hip, so make it so it works for your body. I'm going to bring the left heel a little bit closer to my hips, and I'm going to walk my fingertips a little bit closer to my hip. And then you want to here flex that right foot. As you flex the right foot, your right knee is going to be protected. And see wherever you are that you're not slouching into this. So you want to allow the shoulder blades down the back as you lift the chest up. And then flex that right foot. Pause here for a moment. Wherever you're feeling the stretch, just send your breath deep into that area. For me right now, it's my piriformis, the outside of that right hip. Keep the right foot flexed. One more deep breath in and exhale. And then walk your hands a little bit farther away, and then let that right foot come down towards the floor. So basically the outside of my left knee is coming down, the right foot comes down, and then I'm just gonna sit tall. My left arm is gonna hug my right knee as I'm just creating a little bit of a twist here. This gets into the IT band. That is this band of tissues all the way from your hips to your knee. Sometimes it gets really, really tight. Take a nice deep inhalation and exhale, and then come all the way back to the center. Please put the right foot flat, and let's try it on this side. So move slowly and consciously. So move the heels a little bit farther away first. Take that left ankle on top of the right thigh, and then see if this is okay for you. Then you can slowly begin to get it a little bit deeper. So sit up a little bit more. Maybe bring that right heel a little bit closer to your hip, and then continue to think about lifting the chest up. So we don't want to round it back here. We want to let the shoulders come down your back as the heart lifts. And then check in with the left foot. Can you flex the foot to engage the shin muscles in that left leg, and that protects your left knee. So keep flexing the foot, keep sending the breath to wherever you're feeling it. Now on this side, for me, I feel it more in my low back than I did on the other side. So I'm just gonna send my breath deep into my low back on the left side. And one more deep breath in and exhale. And then walk your hands further away. Now you're just gonna drop the left foot down. So bottom of the left foot comes down onto the floor. Sit up a little bit taller and take the right arm and hug your left knee in. So we're doing a little bit of a twist here, as well as getting into that IT band on the left leg. Nice deep breath in. Remember that the breath is the most important thing in our yoga practice. So it's not about getting into any kind of funky shapes. We just want to make sure that our breath is really moving us. And then put the right hand down, put your both feet flat on the floor once again. Now begin to extend the legs straight a little bit. So my knees are still bent, and I'm going to inhale, reach the arms out to the side, and as I exhale, I'm going to thread my arms underneath my hamstrings. And then pull my chest up through my collarbone. So my tailbone is not being tucked under. I'm sending my tailbone back and up like a happy puppy, right? The tailbone is back and up behind me, and I'm gonna hold on to my knees. Now, I'm gonna drop my head down, and from here, as you can see, my rib cage is glued to the top of my thighs. So I'm just going to slowly begin to straighten my knees a little bit at a time, but I want to keep my rib cage and thighs glued to each other. And I just go as far as I possibly can without forcing anything, and then I just let the head drop. As I do that, I may feel a little bit more stretch in the back of my neck, all the way down to my low back. Nice deep breaths again. Let each exhalation really soften all this tension, letting go of any unnecessary tension. And then go ahead and lift yourself back up. Take a block if you've got one, or you might want to take a blanket and put it under your left knee. A pillow would be fine too, whatever you have near you. Bring your right knee to your chest, and then take that right knee all the way across your body so you can place the right knee on top of the left knee. You're stacking knees here. If you need to, you can always put a blanket between the knees as well. Interlacing the fingers around the right knee. Nice deep inhalation, lift the chest up. And then as you exhale, think about your belly button moving towards your right knee. So not so much rounding the back to fold forward, but you want to just let the belly button come and touch your knee. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. You can take your hands to your left foot if you have that available to you. And as you have, or even your left shin would be fine. And inhale, lift the chest, and then let the elbows open wide out to the side as you drop the head down. And now I'm really getting deeper and deeper into the point that originates in the hamstrings. It kind of connects the hamstrings to the glutes, to the deep in the glutes muscle. So you want to just let that space stretch out a little bit. And because we're keeping the knee bent, we're not getting into the hamstring belly yet, but it's stretching out the upper end of your hamstring and maybe a little bit in the buttocks. And then lift the chest up and extend the right leg, and then switch and put the block under your right knee, or maybe a blanket. Take that left knee all the way across your body so the knees are stacked. Interlace the fingers around the left knee. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, again, the belly button comes towards your top of your thigh. And go only slowly and mindfully and just lovingly about your body. So we're not really forcing anything to happen here yet, or ever maybe. Take your hands, you can hold on to your shins, your calves, ankles, or maybe some of you can grab your foot. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, let your elbows go wide out away from each other as you drop the head down. And feel that nice stretch in the deep, deep portion of that hamstring connection to the gluteal muscles. And as you let the head drop, just relax. Send your deep breath into your low back, buttocks, and the hamstrings. And with each exhalation, feel as if you can let go of 1 more percent. Allowing yourself to relax just another percentage. And then gently come on all the way up. Put that block to the side, please. And let's go ahead and lie down on your back. Have your strap next to you if you are using one, or maybe a towel next to you, like a hand towel would do. And come all the way down to the floor, please. We're going to do some dynamic bridge poses, bridge movements. So bring your heels a little bit closer to your buttocks. Palms are down on the floor. Lift the chest up just a little bit to make sure shoulders are away from the ears. Press through the bottom of both feet. Take a nice deep inhale. Begin to tilt your pelvis up, and then lift the hips up off the ground and lift the arms overhead, so that the back of your hands come on the floor above your head. As you exhale, we're going to synchronize this movement. So lower the hips down nice and slowly and lower the arms down. You want to see if you can synchronize it so that the hips touch the floor at the same time that your hands touch the floor. So we're going to do a total of 5 of these together. Inhale, lift the hips up, arms reach overhead. And exhale nice and slowly. Lower the hips down. The arms move a little bit faster because they have further to travel. Coming all the way down. That's 1. Inhaling, lifting the hips up. Arms reach overhead. Exhale, lower the hips down, lower the arms down. That's 2. Inhale, press through the bottom of both feet. Really active legs here. Lifting the hips up into your final bridge. Exhale, lowering everything down at the same time. That's 3. We have 2 more. Inhale, make it your best here. Inhaling, the hips lift, reaching the arms overhead. Exhale, nice and slowly lowering down, one vertebrae at a time. Hips are slowly coming down. And last one, inhale, lift the hips up, arms reach overhead, and exhale, slow it down, coming all the way down to the floor. Beautiful. And then bring the right knee to your chest, interlace the fingers around the right shin, extend the right leg straight. So as you extend the right leg straight, really press that right heel down. You really want that left leg. Left leg, you want it to be strong. Press the heel down, my left foot is flexed. And then I'm gonna extend the right leg straight, interlace my fingers around behind the right shin. Now just here, point and flex the foot. Notice my right knee is bent, left leg is straight, and I'm just pointing and flexing the foot. And then I'm just gonna rotate that right ankle one direction and rotate it the opposite direction. And then we're gonna flex the foot and we're gonna stay here. So this is where the strap comes in handy. If you have a hand towel, that works well too. Go ahead and take this strap and put it on the ball of your foot. If you're using a hand towel, just put it on behind your calf. And then grab both ends of your towel or your strap, and then you're just gonna slowly begin to draw that leg a little bit closer to your chest. So you notice my elbows are wide apart from each other, and I wanna lengthen the back of my neck. So see if your chin is lifted up. Can you draw the chin slightly towards your chest? Let the elbows go wide, and then draw that leg as close as you can without pulling anything. Once you feel like it's not gonna go anywhere further, you just wanna pause. And then breathe into the back of that leg. Nice deep inhales. And then long exhales out. See if you can have the same breath work that we did at the beginning of the class. Inhaling for 4 counts. Exhaling for 6 or 8 counts. Inhaling for 4 counts. Exhaling out for 6 or 8 counts. If you want to exhale out longer, you can too. And one more time, inhale. Notice how each time you're holding on, maybe the leg comes a little bit closer to your body. And if it doesn't, that's okay, be at peace with that as well. One more time, inhale. And exhale. And then take both ends of your towel or your strap into your right hand. Take your left hand to the top of your left thigh, and then gently begin to take that right leg out to the right and go only as far as you can without letting that left hip come off the ground. So let the left hip stay down, right leg goes out to the right. Keep that right leg really active now. Press the heel away from the hips, flex the foot, and I'm resting my right elbow down. I'm using it as a kickstand. So I don't want to just flop my right leg down to the floor. I want to kind of maintain a little bit of more active, have it be a little bit more active than passive. And then gently begin to bring that right leg back up. Now grab both ends of the strap with your left hand, and then take your right thumb to your right hip crease. Guide that hip crease away from the shoulder and turn your right toes towards your left shoulder. So the minute I do that, I feel it deep in my calf and the IT band on my right leg. So we're not really crossing the leg over yet. We want to stay here for just 3 breaths. Let that right heel lift up towards the sky. And now, nice and slowly, we can cross it all the way over again. Don't let that leg just flop down. You want to take it slowly and mindfully. And then again, I'm using my left elbow as a kickstand here. So I really want to energize the back of my leg here. I'm pressing the heel away from my hip, and I'm lengthening the right side of my body. Sometimes that right hip wants to hike up towards the shoulder. You want to keep the right hip down and away from the shoulder as you're pushing that heel away. Deep, deep stretch for the IT band. And nice and deep inhalation, then bring the leg back up. Bend the right knee and interlace the fingers around the right shin. Rotate the ankle and then put the right foot down on the floor. Moving on to the left leg, inhale, draw the left knee to your chest, interlace the fingers around the left shin, extend the right leg. So go through the entire, all the cues, right? So the right leg is straight, pressing the right heel down, interlacing the fingers around the left shin, squeeze that hip in. You're creating a little bit of a compression here on that left hip. And then now we're gonna begin to straighten that left leg. So point and flex the foot. For now, you're just holding on to the left hamstring as you're pointing and flexing the foot. This is kind of sending messages to your body that we're going to go into a deep, deep stretch and that it's safe to release. And you can go ahead and rotate that left ankle one direction and rotate it the opposite direction. And then as you're ready, flex the foot. And now we're going to grab our strap or hand towel. Hand towel goes behind the calf. The strap goes on the ball of the foot. Hold on to both ends of your strap and then gently begin to draw that leg a little bit closer to your chest as you allow the elbows move away from each other. Again, check in here. Make sure the chin is not lifting because that creates too much compression in your cervical spine. Your neck muscles don't like that. So let the chin come towards your chest. Let the shoulders move away from the ears as you open up the elbows out to the side. And look, if your leg is like not anywhere close to your body, please don't force anything. Just know that this stuff takes a long time to develop. So you just have to, this is why we call this a yoga practice, because we practice this regularly to develop more flexibility, mobility. So it's not anything that any of us were just created to do over time. And to be honest with you, sometimes our musculoskeletals are just built differently. So you may never be able to bring the left leg or either leg close to your body, and that's okay too. So just breathe into it and see if you can do that same breath work as the beginning of the class, inhaling for 4 counts, exhaling for 6 or 8 counts. Couple more times, nice deep inhales. Exhale it out. And again, inhale and exhale. And then we're going to take that left leg out to the left. So grab both ends of your strap or towel. Take your right hand to your right thigh to keep that right hip down. And then slowly lower that left leg out to the left. Use that left elbow as a kickstand. And really energize that leg. So press the heel out. See if you can extend the back of that leg as much as you can. This is good stuff for your legs. If you've been traveling, this is a really great practice to do after post-travel. Because most of the time when we travel, we just sit for a long period of time. So this just kind of brings a little bit more space in all those muscles that are cramped up. One more deep inhale. Sigh it out. Let it go. And then bring that leg back to the center, please. Grab both ends of your towel or strap with the right hand. Now, take your left thumb to your left hip crease. Guide that hip crease away from the shoulders. You see how I did that? My hip crease was hiking up. I kind of sculpted it back and away. And then I'm turning my left toes towards my right shoulder. So as I do that, I instantly feel my IT band stretch, flexing that left foot a little bit more. We're not crossing that leg yet. So hold it here initially, move the hip crease away from the shoulder, and then now we're slowly gonna take that left leg all the way across. And then as you do this, you feel the stretch more in the calf. Remember, you wanna lengthen that entire left side as well. My right elbow is resting on the floor as I'm holding onto this leg and just breathing. Nice deep inhales and long exhales out. And one last one before we move. And then bring that left leg all the way back up. Release the strap, put that strap to the side. Draw the left knee towards your chest, rotate the ankle, and then bring both knees up. And you can just rotate the ankle one direction, really create compression in the hips. So squeeze the knees in, squeeze the hips in, and we're gonna rock and roll up on our spine. If this doesn't work for you, just roll over to one side, and eventually we're gonna all come up to a comfortable seat. And from here, cross your ankles and come to tabletop pose. So on hands and knees, please. And as always, check in, make sure all the joints are stacked. So knees under the hips, wrists under the elbows. Take a nice deep inhalation, lift the chest up. As you exhale, pull the belly around the back, tuck your toes under, and come into your first downward facing dog. So keep the knees bent, lift the heels off the ground, press the earth away as you drop the head down. Look in between your legs or your knees and let the heels really come off the ground. Now, walk your feet a little bit closer to your hands. So I'm about 2 feet from my hands. And then I'm just gonna lift that left leg all the way up and cross it behind the right leg. So I'm gonna lower the left heel down as I bend my right knee. And that gets a deep stretch in not only the hamstring, but also the calf and Achilles tendon on that left leg. Deep breath in, and then step the left foot next to the right foot. Inhale, float the right leg up behind you. Exhale, take the right leg, cross it behind the left leg. Let the left heel come up as you press the right heel down. So you get a deep stretch behind the knee, calf, and the Achilles tendon on that right leg. And then step the right foot next to the left foot. And this time just step the left foot in between your hands. As you come into your runner's lunge, drop the right knee down to the floor and then go ahead and lift your torso up. Interlace your fingers around the left shin, and as you kind of scrub the knee away from the hip, begin to bend as deep as you can in that left knee. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, bend the left knee deep. Inhale, bring it back again. Exhale, bending the left knee. A little bit of movement in the hip. Inhaling in, break back. Exhaling, bending the left knee. This time as you bring it back, hold it here. If you're using blocks, take the blocks, put it on either side of that left leg. Flex the left foot. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, we're going to fold forward into Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. So really flex that left foot. It really helps to have blocks here. And if you don't have blocks, just see if you can have your fingertips on the floor, or you can just have, pillows or something right next to your legs. Lift the chest up here and exhale, fold forward towards your left shin. Remember how we did the belly button movement? So do the same thing here. See if you can lower the belly button towards your thigh instead of dropping the head down. Keep the head lifted, tail is elongated behind you, flexing the left foot. This is such a great way of stretching out that entire posterior chain of that left leg. Breathe into it nice and deeply. And exhale, lower the left toes down and then come back into your low lunge. Now, tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee off the ground. So you're in a runner's lunge. Place the right hand on the inside of the left foot and then twist your torso over to the left. And soften the shoulders away. If you like to, you can float the left arm up into a nice little twist. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And exhale, lower the left hand down. Step the left foot back, come back into your downward facing dog and just step the right foot in between your hands. Drop the left knee down to the floor. Lift the torso up, interlace the fingers please. Put it on top of your right thigh and then just kind of scrub the right knee away from the hip. So you're just kind of rubbing the right thigh muscle. And inhale, let the hips drop, and exhale, bring it back. And again, moving the hips. These movements help kind of provide, lubricate the hips. So you're kind of sending more synovial fluid in the hips, and that warms the hips up a little bit, so to speak. So bend the left knee, bring it back. One more time. Bend that right knee, bring it back, and then now we're going to Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. So begin to straighten that right knee. If you are using the blocks, frame that right leg with the blocks. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, slowly begin to fold towards the right leg without rounding your back. So you want to really consciously send the tailbone back and up. As your chest is lifted, think about the belly button coming towards your thighs rather than the head dropping. And here it really helps to flex the right foot. As you do, you get a stretch in the calves as well. So just breathe into it. Hamstrings tend to get really, really tight if we sit for a long period of time. So this is really a great way of creating more space in those very important muscles, in fact. Nice deep inhales and exhales. And then gently begin to bend the right knee. You can use the blocks if you want to, or just put the blocks away. Come back into your runner's lunge. So lift the left knee off the ground. And with your right hand on your hip, you can begin to twist your torso to the left. And even though my left knee is off the ground, I'm really extending that left leg back behind me. Then I can just float my right arm up into a nice little twist. Nice deep breath in and exhale. If it feels good on your neck, you can turn your gaze up towards the ceiling. And then lower the right hand down. Step the right foot back, please. Come back into your downward facing dog. Breathe into it. Inhale and exhale. Walk your hands halfway up your mat and walk your feet halfway up down your mat. Bend the knees. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale and fold forward. Keep the knees bent. Grab opposite elbows and just sway your torso side to side. Let the head drop completely. And then bring your hands to your hips and roll up one vertebrae at a time, nice and slowly. Now we're going to go into a wide-legged forward fold. So take your legs wide apart from each other. Turn the toes in, heels out. Bring your hands to your back pockets. Take a nice deep breath in, lift the chest up. And then as you exhale, begin to fold forward. Another good place, if you have blocks, you can put your hands on a block here. And then lengthen the spine and exhale and fold. So this is a really good place to think about lifting the inner arches of your feet. Just check in, make sure that you're not collapsed in towards the inner arches. Lift the inner arches up, which means that you have to press through the outside edges of your feet a little bit more. And then you can walk your hands in between your legs if you like to, and just kind of pull your torso in towards the back wall as you lift the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lift the chest again. Walk your hands towards the left foot. Turn the left toes out and come into a side lunge. Flex the right toes. And here, this is called Skandasana. If you need to, you can stay here, your hands down. If you feel that you have more flexibility, you can lower the hips down. If you don't need your hands, you can raise the right arm up towards the sky, left arm down. Some of you may be able to bring your hands to prayer. Some of you may be able to create a little bind behind you. So go wherever it feels good. Arms out, arms to your heart center, arms back behind you, and or hands on the floor. But really flex the right foot, and then if it feels good on your neck, you can turn and look over your right shoulder. Nice deep hip opener, as well as inner thigh, hamstring, outer thigh, really overall. I love side lunges. And then release your hands, and we're just gonna walk all the way over to the right, please. Same thing here. So you can either have your hands on the floor, or if you can and it's available to you, you can lower the hips down, flex the left toes, and then your arms are entirely up to you. You can bring the hands to your heart center, open up your wings, or you can create a little bit of a bind behind you. But keep the left foot flexed. Left leg is really energized here. So press that right left heel down. If you want to, you can spread your wings wide apart from each other, and then twist as you look towards the ceiling or towards your left fingertips. And nice deep breath here. And then gently bring the hands back down to the floor. Come back to the center, please. Turn the toes out, heels in, and slowly come on up. Hands on your hips. Press the knees back behind you. Take a nice deep breath in. Bend the knees as much as you can. Make sure the knees are not collapsing in. So press them towards the back wall. Lift the chest up. Hold it here for 3, for 2, and 1. And then slowly begin to straighten the knees. Heel toe your feet close to each other. Come onto the top of your mat if you aren't already there. Let's move real quick here. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, bend the knees and fold forward. Inhaling, halfway up. Bring your hands to your shin, lengthen the spine. Exhale, press your hands down to the floor and step your left foot back, your right foot back. Come to top of the push-up, and then bring the knees down, your chest down, and your chin down. Roll the chest open into cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, take it all the way back to child's pose. Bring the forehead down to the floor. Walk your hands all the way to the left side of your mat as you lean your hips over to the right. Feel that beautiful stretch in the low back and your hips. And then walk your hands over to the right side of your mat as you take your hips over to the left. And then come in all the way back to the center. Bring your hands all the way back to your knees. Cross your ankles. Sit in between your heels. And we're going to sit tall. So this is Sukhasana. Easy pose. You can start here and just walk your hands to the top of your mat. Let the head drop. Maybe you can bring your elbows down and just get a good hip opener. This is a great place to practice. If you're a little bit more flexible and you want more, take that right ankle on top of the left knee. This is called Agni Stambhasana. So you can have a block in between your knee and the ankle to support that right knee, or pillows would do to flex both feet. And you can just stay seated, and that's a deep stretch as it is. If you want a little bit more, you can walk your hands in front and then lower the elbows down to the floor. Go as far as it feels good on the hip. We're gonna stay here for just a minute. So let the head drop, whether you're in Sukhasana, easy pose, or Agni Stambhasana, this pose. You wanna make sure that you're breathing deep and full into that right hip. And imagine that each inhalation is like a massage therapist, like kind of creating and massaging that hip opening space, and each exhalation allows you space for more, for releasing tension. Some of this tension is just unnecessary, right? We don't need chronic tension in our bodies. Not all tension is bad, obviously. We just don't want it to be chronic. And then gently press yourself all the way up. Take that right knee all the way over the left knee into Gomukhasana pose. Again, feel free to put anything between the knees if you feel like this knee is way up. So stack the knees, take the right arm out to the side, inhale, and right elbow underneath the left elbow. You can cross twice if you can, or just have the back of your hands touching. Take a nice deep inhalation, lift the heart up, stay here if this is good enough, or if you want to, you can bring the elbows down towards your knees and bow forward. One deep breath, and exhale and lift the heart up and switch sides. So there's a fun way to switch side. You can just simply take the Sukhasana and the other way, or if you want to try with me, you twist your body all the way over to the left and cross it all the way over, and you land with the left leg on top. You see how I did that? That's a fun way of doing it. So either Sukhasana with the left ankle in front, or you take that left ankle on top of the right thigh, flex both feet, stay here and practice. Great place to like just let those hips open slowly, or you bring your hands to the front, maybe the elbows come down and you can just bow forward and just breathe deep into that left hip. Agni Stambhasana means logs of fire. So you can imagine why this pose is called logs of fire. It's not many people's favorite, but it's really effective in stretching out the hips. Keep the feet flexed. Nice deep breath in. Sigh it out. Imagine the little massage therapist working hard in that left hip. And then lift your heart up and take that left knee all the way across so the knees are stacked. Inhale, reach the arms out to the side. Exhale, left elbow underneath the right. Wrap the arms twice, reach the fingertips up. Either stay here or bow forward, bringing the elbows down to touch the knees. A nice inhale, breathe into the hips here, and exhale it out. And then lift the heart up. And we're going to finish our class either seated in a meditation pose, or you can lay down on your back in Shavasana. So your choice. I'm going to lie down on my back. If you want to stay seated, that's fine. But if you want to come into Shavasana, we just have 1 minute here. So not too long of a Shavasana, but really, really important. Make sure you don't skip this part. So as you lay down, let the back of your head rest comfortably on your mat. If you're seated, just like we did at the beginning of the class, make sure your spine is long, and just close your eyes for a moment. Let the breath be completely natural. Feel the sensations in the body. Feel the pulsation of your heart. Feel the air touching your skin. And with a sense of gratitude and love for your body, the way you were able to just move, allow yourself to relax. And my dear yogis, if you have more time and you like to stay here, please feel free to do so. If you are ready to move on, please gently begin to draw your knees to your chest. Notice which nostril you're breathing out of a little bit easier. Roll over to that side, pause for a moment, and with the strength in your top arm, press yourself to a comfortable seat. Please bring in your hands to your heart center. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. I hope you enjoyed it. Namaste.